No, you should just know that the ex, like, if you see that your money is stolen, just don't let them do it.
Okay, if you want to make an announcement, make an announcement.
Oh, I have it.
Still not showing up? Yeah, Polish. Oh, he's looking Polish. כן, זה המתקום בברית המויל יבוא, עכשיו? כן, טרדלר, משפחת טרדלר. כן, לדעתי למי? כמה זמן? 3 דקות, התינוק נמצא.
רק המוח עושה.
התינוק נמצא בכיסא. מוכן, מקום מוכן. אוקיי, 5 minutes. The timing of that, maybe it's good to me.
Baruch Hashem, I didn't have to change my schedule much. When I came to the hospital next morning,
Oh, yeah?
she gave birth. She was off, I was supposed to go back.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Say mazel tov. Say Moshe Shmuel. Say mazel tov. Look. Say mazel tov.
What's wrong with you? Why didn't you tell me you're coming?
Because I wasn't coming actually.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Still not even here. Still not here.
Oh,
You weren't coming and you're not
the
coming.
truth is I wasn't coming.
No, I really had to.
Mazel
go to my
tov,
father.
kiddies. Mazel tov, Zadie.
Saba. What is called Zaidi? Here, everybody hold the sign. Sheva, come. Sheva, hold the sign that you made. Sheva. She's spaced out. Yeah, you made that sign for Uncle and the new baby and Shivy.
She wants to do with my wife?
Here's the diaper,
I'll give it to her.
diapers, wipes, everything's in here.
Unbelievable.
Over at the Kvate.
Are you the carter?
Put on the towels.
Okay, proceed.
Second trip.
ברוך הבא, ברוך אני מועיל לשמוינו. אבי הבן איפה? קח את
רק
הבייבי.
רוצים לבקש מהקהל, לבקש רחמי שמיים על אמי טויבה הדסה בספרומת שצריכה רחמי שמיים מרובים.
בעזרת השם.
טויבה הדסה בספרומת.
מה ישראל?
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד.
שמע ישראל.
אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלך לעולם ועד.
אשרי טיפך וזכור וישכח צריך נסבר בטוב ביסךו כדוי שיכולךו. למי אתה רוצה לתת כיסא של אליהו? לא שמתי.
כיסא של היאור, ברוך השם.
וברך חיה.
Baruch Hayat, Yisrael.
Warte, tell me that alles. בואו. זה הכיסא של אליהו הנביא זכור לטוב. לשעוסך כיביסי אדוי נוי, ציברתי לשעוסך אדוי נוי, ומצווסך עשיסי אליהו מלך הבריס, הנה שלך לפניך, עמוד על ימיני וסומכני, ציברתי לשעוסך אדוי נוי, סוסונוי שאני מוסך כמו יצא שולם רוב, ואויה ביסוי רוסך ואין לו מוי מכשוי, אשרי תבחר וסקורי וישכון חצריך, נזבעו בטוב ביסך כדוי שיכולך. מה עכשיו? מה כתוב לך?
לא כתוב.
מהכיסא? יש מהכיסא?
כן, יש מהכיסא.
הבפנדל מהכיסא.
אוקיי, סמדי.
הזיידה.
בבקשה. תעזוב אותו, תעזוב כמו יקר. הוא לא יכול להסתגל. אתה תשב פה. מצוין. שתי רגליים ביחד. תהיה סמדי כאורגינלי. אפילו לא שאתה רוצה להיות סמדי או שאפילו יהיה סמדי?
I know you're nervous.
אבי הבן. בוא. תרים את זה, הפלת את זה מפיל את הנעליים שלא יברח. אומר הקדוש ברוך הוא, לא פה, צד שני. אומר הקדוש ברוך הוא לאברהם אבינו, תהלך לפניי ויהיה שמח. רגע, תסגור את הרגליים שלך ביחד. טוב, יש לה עבר רצום ממש. חזק, אבא. תסתכל פה. סובל, אתה רואה? היא לא ישר. הוא לא ככה, אלא הוא ככה. אתה רואה או לא? אוקיי, זה הכל. אני מקווה שאנחנו בברית ניישר אותו עכשיו. אבל אם הוא יישאר עקום, אז לא אני עשיתי איתו עקום. הוא נולד ככה, הבנת? כן. מסכן, נכון? קח את הסכין. זה ממש מסובל. אני אלך לפי הכתובת. בריס קודש, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על המילו.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להכניסו בבריסו של אברהם אבינו. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר החיינו וקימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
שקט אדוני. טוב. ברוכס ועמיד את הברוכס. די. אתה יכול לעזור. עכשיו הוא ישר, אתה רואה? כן. קודם הוא היה ככה. עוד מה נראה, נסדר אותו. בעזרת השם. נו, מי זה עמידה לברכה?
עמידה לברכה. You hold this, no?
Amida.
You hold the baby.
מי hold the baby?
Pilot, עמידה לברכה.
Can we tell us?
לא, למה שלא? הוא עדיין בתפקיד, הוא לא גמר. אני גמרתי. המויל כבר גמר, הוא עדיין בתפקיד. נו, איפה התמונה שלך? עכשיו. נו, מזיג הסקות.
מזיג הסקות. I think so, yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidash yidid mi beten v'chayk b'sheiroi som b'tzetza'ov chasam b'ois bris kodesh al kein b'schar zois el chai chalkeinu tzurenu Tzavei lahatzil yididus sheirenu mishachas l'man berisoi asher som b'vsareinu Baruch atah Adonai kareis habris. Amen. Eloheinu v'Elohei aviseinu kayei mesayeret hazeh le'aviv u'imai v'ikarei shemai b'Yisrael. Menachem Mendel ben Harav Shlomo Chaim Yismach Ho'av B'Yitzei Chalatzav V'Sogel Imoi B'Vri V'Tna Kakosuv Yismach Avicha V'imecha V'Sogel Yeiladetecha V'Ne'emar Ve'evor Layich Ve'erech Mizbei Seses B'Demoich
V'Malach V'Domai Chayim
Zechar le'elam brisoi dover tzivul elef dor asher koras es Avraham ushvuasa li'yitzchak v'yamidel Yaakov l'chayk li'Yisrael bris elam v'ne'emar v'yomel Avraham es Yitzchak v'noi ben shmeinas yomim kasher tziva Yisrael lihim Haydu l'adonai kitayv ki li'elam chazdai Menachem Mendel ben Shlomo Chaim Zeh HaKoton Gadol Yiyeh Shenichnas labris Torah ilachopol masim ta'hoivim Amen.
שלמה חיים, נו טרינק, אז בירכת. אמרו שנכנס לבריס, לכל הקהל, מבורכים מויסוי, וכשם שנכנס לבריס, כן ייכנס לתוירו, לחופו ולמעשים טובים בנוי מה אמן. מה זה טוב עלינו לשבח?
Shlomi, he wants you to see what he did.
Mazel tov.
Mazel.
Especially when they're talking about anatomy.
You got a bris milah. Bris milah is so lucky. Everyone, please join us for the Suda downstairs. There's plenty of seats. Everyone to come downstairs. Named after my father-in-law, Lasholam, who was recently nifter this past Shabbos Chanukah. My father-in-law, Zayda, as he was affectionately called, was an Ish Emes and an Ish Sholem. I just want to repeat an Orach Chayim, which I said over at Levaya, in my mind personifies my father-in-law,
all of Shalom's midos, which we all hope and daven will be part and parcel of baby Menachem Mendel's character in Yitzhak Hashem. My father-in-law, Zayda, was nifter on Shabbos Parshas Miketz, in which we read in Perek Mem Gimel from Zayin at Shabbos, when the brothers approached Yosef through the gates of the city in Mitzrayim. The pasuk says, "Vayishal lahem l'shalom, vayomer hasholem avichem hazokein asher amartem chai." First, he asked about their welfare. How are they doing? And then he asked about the welfare of his father, who they said was still alive. The Orach Chaim comments, "Vayishal lahem l'shalom pirish mitchila shal b'shlomam." First, he asked about their welfare. How are they doing? Why? Says the Orach Chaim, "Ki hu min ha-musar." It's musar. It's proper derech eretz. Lahaktim lishol shalom es asher lefonav. To give the person who's standing in front of you shalom. V'uamar lahem l'shalom. And he said, "How are you?" V'achakach shal al asher einenu sham. Then he asked about the welfare of the people who were not, of the person who was not present, namely Hashalom Avichem Hazokeh. Wouldn't one expect that Yosef, after 22 years of not knowing the matzav of his father, wouldn't he first ask about his welfare first? After his brother's welfare, who are standing, and they look all gesund. They were big brothers. They had to come in through so many different gates. And he sees they look fine. Says the Orach Chaim, no. The Torah is teaching us Musar. Don't let emotions override or cloud what's the proper conduct. Always ask about the welfare of the person standing in front of you first. Zayda, Olav Shalom, was a real Ish Shalom. Whenever he picked up the phone or when he opened the door, when I used to visit him, when I came to New York, he always gave me his genuine greeting. How you are? Sit down. Eat something. He didn't even ask about his daughter, who he didn't see for a year, until after I sat and schmoozed with him. Then he said, "How's Rivka?" This is a midah. This is a midah tova. You want to make the person feel good who's standing right in front of you. As a matter of fact, when my daughters were going out for shidduchim, I used to hold one of my grandchildren in my hand. And when the prospective chassan would come to the door, and I would open the door, if he didn't acknowledge that baby who I was holding, I said, "That's not for any of my kids." If the person acknowledged the baby that I was holding, or my grandchild that I was holding, "Oh, what's his name? What's her name?" or he gave her a knip, then that meant everything to me. That was more important. This is what the Musar that the Orach Chaim is teaching. I remember, it's vivid in my mind. I went to Yeshiva South Shore, and I learned this from, I guess, Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky. Every Rosh Chodesh, Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky would come and farher us on the Parshas HaShavua. He would sit at the beginning of the class in the 5th or 6th grade, because I had his son as a Rebbe, and his other son was the principal of Yeshiva South Shore, and he would farher us on the Sedra, and whenever we had the correct answer, he would get up from the front of the room, he would go to whoever answered the answer, and he gave us a little knip on the cheek. That knip I still feel till today. And it was a soft knip. When I called the hospital on Motzei Shabbos Chanukah and heard that Zayda was nifter, I immediately arranged to fly to New York in order to make the Levaya Sunday morning, which was the next morning. Ahuva was in the house, and her immediate reaction was that she had to go to Zayda's Levaya. She had a special connection to Zayda. He loved her, and she loved him. So this Menachem Mendel should be a nechama for Ahuva, who felt so close to Zayda, and of course to Bubba, who came from New York and timed her trip just right for the birth, the Sholem Zachar, and now the bris. And now Rivka has the nechama of a Menachem Mendel, who will be under our roof, at least for now. When we talk about an Ish Emes and an Ish Shalom, which was his paramount trait, it automatically encompasses, by definition, Hakoras HaTov, recognizing and appreciating all the goodness bestowed upon us by the Borei Olam HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ba'atzmo. And we just want to thank the many friends who helped put this Sudas Mitzvah together, and also saved us a couple of thousand shekel, without mentioning by name, lest I forget someone. But we'll thank you at a different time, personally on the phone or in person. We thank you, Rivka and I, and the Baal Simcha, from the bottom of our hearts. And thank you, Mrs. Dratler, for coming all the way from Florida to celebrate the birth and the bris of your very first grandchild. Our son Avi, I have that statement over there, small. Our son Avi put out a sefer called Emek Avrom. He put this out for the Shloshim of Zayda Olav Shalom. It's called Emek Avrom. And he has in Yonei Purim in here, and he talks about mitzvah svichas kavon. It's a little above my head, because you really have to prepare the Mar Makomos, but it's dedicated to Zayda, who Avi, who's learning in Lakewood, had a special shaykhis to him as well. And since the hour is late, I'm just going to read you just one sentence that Avi writes in English, and he writes a few pages in Hebrew dedicated to Zayda, his midos. I'll just read what Avi writes. Zayda selflessly and generously gave so much to his family and community, while he himself was content with little. A true Sameach Bechelko. His legacy of Chesed and Midos Tovos lives on through his children, his grandchildren, and great-grandchildren who strive to emulate his ways. And we hope that this is transmitted to the Rachanimel, the new Menachem Mendel, who will carry on these traits. We'd like, at this time, for everyone to have my aunt, her name is Tova Hadassah, Bas Frumet in mind for a Fuah Shalema, and we appreciate that Uncle Maishi came straight from the plane to name the baby, and with that schus, the Rachamei Shemayim should perform a miracle to give her a refuah shalema l'cholei v'reha u'l'chol gideha. May we all witness the bias Goel Mashiach Tzidkenu B'meru Yameinu Mazel Tov.
And then, whatever comes, I'll take care of it. Wherever Nisayon comes, how am I going to be a Talmid Chacham? I don't know, I'm just going to be a Talmid Chacham. In some way that is true, but a person cannot be like the frog. If a person's like a frog, and he always adapts, and he's completely about himself, he loses his she'ifas. Talmid Chacham, I don't know, I'll just be a Talmid Chacham. He'll get boiled alive. So I think the combination of Tai Chi and boiled frogs is really an Adam Shaling. Really makes an Adam Shaling. That mitzad echad, a person, he doesn't have a plan. The way to is you choose your destination, but you don't choose the path how to get there. I choose to be a Talmid Chacham. I want my Pesukah D'Zimra like this. I want my Tefillah like this. My Beinel L'Chaver. I want to be a good husband like this and this and this and this. But whatever Nisayon comes, I have to do it like Tai Chi. I can't plan my Nisayon. I can't go in there like a jiu-jitsu. I'm going to hold my hands like this and fight like this. The path's going to be like this. That's not going to work. So that's really the hair I had from this past year or so, that you can't plan your Nisayon. You don't know what's going to happen. You really have to come into Avodas Hashem like boiled frogs and Tai Chi. The name of Menachem Mendel, like I've already said, is after Zayda. I only met Zayda by the Chasnach, but the impression that I got was of a person who understood that Adam La'amal Yulad, that a person's in this world to work. And from what I understood, Zayda lived through a time period where it was not easy to be a Shomer Shabbos Yid. And not only was he Shomer Shabbos in the workplace, he was very matzliach, as I understood in the workplace. He was an architect, he physically built Beis Yaakov, he physically built, I think, Young Israel's, and aside from his spiritual building of the community as well, by his Shmiras and Mitzvahs. But I think it was hard for me to hear all the Speidim on the phone, but what I think really shows the most about Zayda is if you look at his kids and you look at his grandkids, you see B'nai Torah, you see Marbitzei Torah, and I'm sure there's a Makor and Chazal, but the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. I'm sure there's a Makor, you have to ask Avrami, I don't know what it is, but there's for sure a Makor. Okay, you'll tell me. Anyway, so if you see his kids are Marbitzei Torah, his kids are all B'nai Torah, look at his grandkids, Baruch Hashem, his great-grandkids, now this is number 22nd would have been. And Baruch Hashem, we really are zeichet to be able to have such a Zayda to name the baby after. And we're very happy that Bubba was here. She came exactly at the right time to be able to see our little Menachem Mendel. And Bez Hashem, our little Menachem Mendel should grow in the way of his Alter Zayda. I also wanted, that's just about the name. I also wanted to give thanks. Really, this is a hemshech of Shabbos Shever Brachos. If anyone wasn't there, the topic was Akar Satoiv. I didn't get to speak. Uncle Mother's favorite topic is Akar Satoiv. Loivi Boy is good at it, but this is really a hemshech. So first of all, I want to give thanks to my in-laws. If anyone doesn't know, we've actually been living there for the past couple of months. We didn't do it on purpose. Whatever Shalom Bayis people tell you not to live by your in-laws. But Ben Baruch Hashem, we ended up, and it was by default that the British put us there for Baruch Hashem. It turned out very good, and we're very happy. And it's really hard to thank someone that did everything for you. Like if someone did a little bit for you, so you can thank those specific things. But if someone takes care of you, and the fridge always has yogurt, and like everything's always stocked, and even if I traced up the whole house, Abba would not kick me out. Even if I kicked me out, I eat up all the leftovers. There's nothing left for anyone. And whatever, it's not much for my in-laws to have a yeshiva boy living in their house. But Baruch Hashem, Ima deals with it. Abba's really, whatever. Abba doesn't really know what I do, but Ima says it. She keeps it inside, I think. Or she writes notes and puts them on the window. Anyway, so it's really an unbelievable thing. And the in-laws that there are really a lot of people in this world who you would classify as givers. But a person who's whole hus is just giving. And it's not even giving things that you don't have. Like, I would have done something anyway, but the fact that we want something, and they see that we need something or want something, and without even asking, just go out of their way, mamish out of your way to go pick it up, spend $10,000 in gas in that van and go get something that costs less money than the gas it costs to get there. It's really mamish. It's a really special thing. I really want to thank my in-laws for sure what they did with the birth and the drove to us, my mother-in-law for helping so much, and for everything, for having a good daughter. And I really also want to thank my parents. I only realize now what it is. Everyone says, you have to have a lot of karsatov, they change diapers. You don't really hair when it change diapers at 2 in the morning until you do it. And up until a couple of weeks ago, I said, I'm never changing a diaper. But if I leave it with Darkei Hashem, Baruch Hashem, I was to change diapers. Whatever. They wish they could help if anyone has such a hargosha. I really want to thank my parents. Not only now I see how much hashkah your parents put into you. It's really an unbelievable thing to wake up so early. And I really appreciate my mother coming all the way from Florida to see her first grandchild. And my father, who's here with us, is here called this morning at 6:30. He's here with us. And it really, just for raising me, and it's really a chashuv thing. It's really hard to speak of, thank people more than just a little. So it's really impossible. Also, I want to thank Ribono Shel Olam for giving me such good parents, for giving me such special in-laws, for giving me such a special wife who could go through that, through the tents, and for giving us the baby, Baruch Hashem, giving us this whole simcha. And we'd like to thank everyone who set up the simcha, worked very hard. I didn't do anything, so I'm just eating. And thank you for everyone who's coming. And Bez Hashem, everyone here, ganz Klal Yisrael, the frat, the mishpachas, the mishnatik in the simcha. We should have a lot of nachas from little Menachem Mendel, and Bez Hashem, he should go in the ways of his great. He's out this day, and we should see a lot of nachas from him.